Hello. Hi, how are you in the Philippine Tagalog language? I'm Jessica Jacosalamrola, your new host. I have an exciting new show called Locals in Las Vegas and Beyond. And it's a lifestyle show that I created with a lot of great people in Nevada. And I made a big change coming from Chicago, Illinois to live here. This is 20 minutes north of the Strip. Beautiful weather, big change again from the Midwest. And being here in the West Coast, it's just great because I want to really show people what life is beyond the Strip. It's not just casinos, it's not just gambling, just a safe family environment. We also will be covering on my show, hopefully, that you're going to see some really inspirational people, regular people, youthful senior citizens. There's 200 to 250,000 Pinoy Americans and mixed race cultures living in households that hopefully will tune in. Want to cover authors and artists, creative locals here that are just so talented as well. Also, non-for-profits, organizations that really help to improve the community. Thank you so much and enjoy my show. Hello, kamusta ka? Meaning, hi, how are you in the Philippine Tagalog language? It's Jessica Jacosalamrola here, your host and producer for Locals in Las Vegas. Wow, we're here and it's already episode 17, I believe, that this segment will be on. And we're filming here live from Phil-Am TV. We're also called Phil-Am Central, my office space and studio space. And with Phil-Am TV, we can be found at 26.8. It's been around a long time. The traditional website, you could find more about our other programs we've had established for a while here in Vegas from philamtv.us. We've had Consular Matters, different types of entertainers. Again, mostly of Philippine-American descent, but for me, I'm actually a transplant coming from Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in Vegas in 2023. And with being a host also for Pulse News, that's our political show. Phil-Am TV network is all about finding new creative people. We have a segment also called Youthful Seniors, and I have a very special and brand new guest that I want to interview and have you meet as a viewer. And behind here is FLM TV, which is a sister station or a digital streaming app that also live streams not just my show, Locals in Las Vegas, or has me under the TV Wonder category, but also we are connected with YouTube, Vimeo, Vegas Plus, and then a lot of other digital partners. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to someone that as my special guest, I actually met him at a local Summerlin location called Loaded Empanadas. It's a restaurant. They had a business mixer, and we're in a group called Alignable together online, but they do here in Vegas a lot of in-person networking events with business owners. And he's interesting to me because his business is actually there to assist senior citizens, adults. I'm not sure with children. He can tell you more about who he targets. People with disabilities, and it's a really great concierge service that's customized. And this is Jason Bryant, and he runs Care Ride. Thank you so much, Jason, for being here. Tell us more about yourself, personal, professional, and about Care Ride.
Yeah, so I've been in the healthcare industry my entire life. I was a nursing assistant for a number of years and have kind of been in the healthcare space my entire career. Came to Vegas about 3 years ago, so from Minnesota, and then we brought this endeavor here officially in January. So
of 2026.
This year, yes.
Okay. So from Minnesota, how long did you have Care Ride there, or did you go by the same name?
It was a purely an errand service in Minnesota, and so we've had it for a couple of years, but on a much more limited scale than what we have here.
And then what was your background prior to that, or like, were you always in this type of space with...
Yeah, so I've been in healthcare my entire career, essentially. Again, was a nursing assistant, became a healthcare administrator, and then most recently director of HR. So really dealing with everybody kind of on all ends of the spectrum in healthcare.
So how did you end up in Las Vegas? I mean, was Minnesota like your stable base, right? You're from there originally, and then you just wanted to...
Yeah, friends and family lived here. Yeah, friends and family lived here in Vegas and was finding myself here often, so I decided to make the move and come here.
Were you coming here on vacation, or were you kind of sourcing it out for
a little? Started as vacation, and then friends and family were here and started spending more and more time here, and fell in love with all the things to do, and made the switch and came.
Great. And then How many employees do you have here as opposed to Minnesota? Or are you kind of just
Yeah,
small?
Minnesota is a very small operation. We only 5 employees purely on Monday through Friday senior service. Here in Vegas, since launching, we have about 10 employees, another 10 on contractor status to help us fill in when we need. So growing every day and providing the services here.
So when you started it, as far as coming here in Vegas, what was the most, like when I see your business card when we met in person on that Thursday night and I saw Concierge, what makes you specialize in custom? Like what makes you set apart from say someone else is trying to do this, or I don't know if you've met any competitors here.
Yeah, so we really try to be a differentiator in the market, meaning we kind of facilitate a gap between, healthcare services and transportation services, really being that extra support that people need. There's really not a lot of things that we can't do. We will help you get your dog to the vet. We go to the grocery store. We go to bingo, to church. Really customized, personalized solutions. Every client is different, has specific needs, and we get to know them on an individual, personalized basis. So it's not a random person. You get to know our team and the services that we can provide for you.
So how, when they book you, is it online or do they pick up the phone, or how does that work?
Yeah, we love to
clients?
talk to everybody. So everybody calls and speaks to, a lot of times it's myself or somebody at the office. Especially if you're a first time caller, we want to get to know, kind of the expectations that you have, what you're looking to do. Because that personal relationship is very important to us, that we get to know you and you get to know us.
Now, when you mentioned, Jason, that you have a nursing background, do any of your other drivers or like staff, do they all have healthcare or medical backgrounds at all? Is that a requirement?
It's not a requirement, but we do employ a lot of nursing assistants and things because they are trained on specific situations. But all of our staff, whether they're an employee or a driver, goes through a rigorous background check. We check their driving history. We check their their automotive. Check their car. All of that. They're trained. We as an agency are licensed. We're bonded with the state as well. Even though we're not required to do some of those things, it's important for us to really provide that and have that.
Great. And then, do you have competitors here that do this?
Our closest competitor is probably going to be like some of the bus services or, obviously there's transportation or rideshare, but we really, we tell people we're not a transportation company. We're not a healthcare company. We provide concierge services. So it's customized. We help you get to where you need to go so you don't miss your appointments, can, stay active, stay independent. But yeah, really kind of facilitate the gap. So we always say we're not trying to take away from those. We're trying to bridge the gap, especially for seniors, veterans, and the community at large.
What, and we talked about this kind of off camera, and I want you to kind of expound on that. Like, what made you, like, what some of your clients that keep coming back or have maybe loyalty to transfer to your services? What would be something specific, say like another shuttle company or like a rideshare or anything would not be able to do like that you do? Like you mentioned something more specific with certain appointments.
Yeah, like we don't just, drop you off. Like we, especially if you're having certain, surgical procedures, eye surgeries, things of that nature, a lot of times they won't even allow you to do that procedure unless somebody's with you. Right, so we actually... we don't just drop you at the door and leave. We accompany you to the appointment. We wait with you. If we take you to the grocery store, we go in. We help you make conscious decisions. Watch your budget. Carry the groceries.
You're at the checkout. You're like with them the whole shopping trip.
Absolutely. We are full service. We are there as your partner. And unlike those other services, we don't charge you extra for extra stops. If you have your doctor appointment, we go to that. We can stop at the grocery store, pick up your prescription, run errands. It's all your time.
Right.
We're there to provide the assistance to you directly.
So I almost see it like you're almost like a caregiver / not just like a driver per se, or like you said, you're full service. Like, so I take it at this point, since you've been here, a couple of years already, you already have relationships with repeat business, or you want loyalty, right, with certain clients.
That's super important to us because, that's where we are different from some of the other services is we're not just a random person, coming to do one small task for you. We get to know the people. We know their families. They know us. They call and ask for, specific employees by name. Like, can Jason come and hang out with me today? And this is what we're going to do. So that's super important for us. We have a smaller client base, but a lot of them, stick with us, and we're seeing them every single week. And a lot of our clients we see 2 and 3 times a week.
Great. Well, that being said, we're almost running out of time. And is there any other things you want to explore? What are things that you want to tell us? Maybe that you don't when you have a day off. Like, what do you like to do? What makes you like love Vegas or stay here as a local?
Yeah, the things I love is super into outdoors. So obviously, hiking and being out is. People kid at me that said I gave up the snow and the cold. But it's like if I want snow, I can go find it here, but by choice. So, but yeah, really devoted to what we're trying to do here and provide service to those that need it, especially. So.
Well, I really respect your dedication, and I think it's a service that definitely there's so many seniors here, and then with the Filipino American community here, I can tell you right now there's a lot of seniors that I meet on a daily basis here in the community center. So you're always welcome to promote and talk about your business, awesome. And maybe we could collaborate and do an event. We actually met through Alignable and other on social media. We could share our news or information or local things going on that your service will definitely hopefully be appreciated. And we hope to see you again here at awesome. Phil-Am Central and Phil-Am TV again. And how do we find you to contact you or to get booked, or if we have someone to refer you?
Yeah, we love to talk to people, so the phone is our easiest method of contact. So it's 702-751-8805. Website is carerideusa.com, but we always tell people pick up the phone and call, and you're probably usually going to get myself or another person at the office, and you can ask for us directly. So.
Can we text you too, or is it just a phone call?
It's just a phone call. Yep.
Okay, say it again one more time.
702-751-8805.
Thank you so much, Jason Bryant of CareRide. We are so happy that we met you. And again, this is great for our youthful seniors out there watching, and even kids and grandparents that are with your grandparents or neighbors or elderly, or even, is there an age limit? I didn't ask you that about the disabilities, or
no,
do you deal with children at all? Or
yeah, we can help anybody. We say we cater to seniors, veterans, individuals with disabilities, but we're here for anybody that needs assistance.
Thank you so much again, Jason. And subscribe everyone to Phil-Am TV. Again, if you go on YouTube, we're on there, and this will be part of we also rotate now with Kapitbahay Global Filipino Network, which also has a unlimited streaming with, I think, $9.99 a month with other international programs. And we're also on Vegas Plus, and then we'll be hopefully on FLMTV.com, 26.5. Thank you so much. Salamat po means thank you in the Philippine Tagalog language. And have a great day. And this is Jessica J. Rollo from Locals in Las Vegas.
I'm Scott Black. When I was first elected, North Las Vegas was a lot like my classic VW bus. It needed some attention. Now an awesome new NLV is taking shape, kind of like this. And we're headed into a future where we have the best of everything. Stronger public safety, improved neighborhoods, new amenities, and higher paying jobs for working families. I'm Scott Black, and I'm asking for your vote so together we can bring this momentum to every road in our city.
What does your child dream of becoming? In the I Want to Be book series, young readers follow children as they discover the power of learning, leadership, and helping others. The series of 22 books from Ivory Publishing is an inspiring collection that introduces children to careers, confidence, purpose, and possibility. Give a child more than a book. Available now on Amazon, in paperback, and on Kindle. Or visit www.ivorypublishing.llc.net.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, my blouse matches the sign here. I'm here at Kusina ni Lorraine. It's a longtime Filipino store. It's like a market and grocery store, and then there's actually a buffet in there, but it's pretty early. Monday, July 20th, Jessica J. Rollo. I might put this in my locals in Las Vegas maybe for next week, or post it on social media, I don't know. But I got some really good treats. I'll screenshot it later for some of my locals in Las Vegas guests I have coming in today, and maybe my camera person will. But we do quite a bit with featuring not just Filipino American, but Asian related, or any race, Latino market, ethnic type, small to large family owned businesses. foodies, restaurants, any race of nonprofits, authors, artists that are local in Las Vegas, and people that may be like me, a transplant from different cities like Chicago, Illinois, that live their best lives here in Nevada. And there's a lot of good, healthy family living professionals. Hi, kamusta ka? We're at the Filipino Town 1-year anniversary here at Mission Center in Las Vegas off Maryland and Flamingo. I have here a business vendor here. She looks like she does creative work here. Again, it's Jessica J. Rolla. And tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Victoria Walden, and we sell Filipino-inspired nostalgic candles, scents, and fragrances.
Great. And how long have you been doing this?
Just for a year for now. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And you're here at the stand. Do you sell online too, or just at events?
We have an online store as well, amoycandleco.com.
I see that you have like mango, papaya. These are things I think of Philippine culture.
Yes.
And what inspired you to start this business?
One time I just got bored one fall and I wanted a candle that reminded me of the Philippines, and I went to Target and Walmart, and it actually didn't remind me of the Philippines.
Yeah.
So we have here
Let me smell this.
our mango candle.
Oh, delicious. Okay, perfect.
And so one day I just decided to make candles,
Oh my God. Do you sell all over United States,
Yeah,
or
in
are
Canada.
you're based here? Or?
Yes, based in Las Vegas.
Well, you're so talented. And then,
We have candles. We also have car diffusers, room sprays, and diffuser oil as well. Yeah, this is ube cake actually. I have on this.
ube is again.
Ube cake. Everyone's
It
into ube right
does
now.
smell like. How do you work with a chemist, or? How do
No, I mixed all the oils myself. Yeah, it took me 2 months in my garage in Florida to do all of that. And then I moved here.
Still,
Yeah.
In such a short amount of time, you've
Yeah.
become successful. I see there. What are these sprays?
Yeah, these are all room sprays.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm very happy that we met. And then, if you want to tell us, our audience or viewers, where can we find you online?
Well, you can find us online. amoycandleco.com is our website, but we are also on all socials at Amoy Candle Co.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, and tune in to my next Locals in Las Vegas. I'm sure this will be showing. And mabuhay. Hello, my name is Jessica Rolla. I'm here from Film TV and FLM TV, and we're super excited. We're at Artisan, and we did meet the owner, Derek, earlier, but we have an exciting event that is themed with Historia. It's a whole culinary experience, and then tying it in with writing and poetry, and we have a very special guest who came all the way from LA. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Christian Purfus. I also go by the moniker Soul Stuff. It's SOULSTUF because I give an F about the art, but also because stuff is an acronym for Song, Truth, Universal, and Flow, which are the 3 pillars of poetry that I aim to encapsulate every time I hit the stage or the page.
Perfect. And how did you get into poetry? You always wrote and performed. You did it. Obviously, you're not shy.
Well, I mean, I'm Filipino, so
Yeah.
I feel like we all get raised with the magic mic. We all get raised.
I didn't. I was supposed to be play the piano, get straight A's, and yes, I did poetry for fun. And my mom's like, "You're not gonna make any money from it." But coming from the Midwest, she did say I could do it as creative writing, as an elective or as a hobby. But then my dad was more of the artist in the family, and he was an architect. So were you inspired by your family being Filipino?
Yeah, so I'm kind of the black sheep in the family in that I'm the only creative. So I'm the last of
There
my
you
family.
go.
I'm the youngest of 3.
Okay.
And so for me, like, I loved the arts growing up. I was big into theater, stage, a lot of performance. And then in my undergraduate career, I made the shift. I started to shift from strictly like stage performing into poetry, and I really enjoy the creative writing aspect of that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then you said you're from LA, and were you there your whole life?
Originally born and raised in New York, and I've been living in LA.
New York City.
New York State.
Okay.
Hudson Valley.
Yeah,
Where it's,
I was going to say upstate's wholly different
yeah,
than this.
different environment. It's like LA versus the rest of California.
I would think New York, yeah.
I've
Any
been in
part.
LA for 12 years now.
Do you like it better?
Yeah, I mean, I moved right after college, and I wanted to like get away from New York, get somewhere that's a little more expansive,
Yeah.
and kind of just spread my wings a little bit. So yeah, I've enjoyed it for 12 years.
And then do you get inspired into the middle of the night, or do you do this during the day? Like, how do you keep up with getting inspired? What inspires you the most when you're performing?
Well, I think like as any creative might
culture.
tell you, like it never turns off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I think I'm constantly thinking and generating ideas. There's a really great book by Elizabeth Gilbert called Big Magic that talks about creative genius as not something that you own, but something that moves through you. So typically, like I'll be inspired by conversation, by stories that I watch online, or movies, TV shows, lifestyles. Right? I can be inspired at any time, and when I get that creative bug, that genius, I try my best to like at least make a note or a voice note and write something so that I can channel that later on.
Well, that's a real gift to just have that, and then you're already like thinking of it, and then putting it in a certain word. And then, do you have a certain type of poetry that you do, or?
I think what I do could be categorized as spoken word, just
Right,
like
that's what I
stylistically. But I mean, I wouldn't say like my poetry is limited towards the medium of spoken word. I find that themes that I speak on tend to be like loss, love, and belonging. I talk a lot about reclamation, on identity, and my book actually is called Play. So I focus a lot on play in poetry.
That's so awesome. Well, I don't think your parents think you're a black sheep anymore, I'm sure.
Hopefully not.
And anything published out there, or you just?
Yeah, so my book is published by the World Stage Press. It's called Play, A Reclamation of Soul, available on Amazon and
All
World
right.
Stage Press website. That was published about 3 years ago, and I'm working on my second book probably for a while, still carving up the manuscripts. And I'm focusing a little bit more right now on stage performance and stage competition.
Well, there's a lot of places right here in Vegas. I'm glad you're visiting from LA, and you've been in New York, and I would love for you to come to our studios. And would you want to do that if you're
I would
staying?
love to,
I don't know if you're staying longer, but you can always come back. But Phil MTV, of course, being Filipino, we would love to have you, and you'd be a role model for all these kids off of school and UNLV. I'm sure you've visited some kids from there, or aware that you would be, someone we'd want to learn about more.
Yeah, I'd love to. And before I go, do you want to just give me like a word, and I'll conjure up a haiku for you?
How about content?
Content. All right. So for the uninitiated, haikus are 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. So content is the word you chose?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let me cook.
I'll let you have it.
Here in Vegas, I find my tribe amongst the olive oil. It is so fresh.
I love.
Ooh, let's go.
Wow, talk about no pressure. So yeah, you definitely have to be hired for one of our events at the studio, and we are so inspired by you. I have to get your book now.
Awesome.
And at any social media or website or blog or anything like that you want to share, you could as we.
So you can find me on my public online portfolio, www.christianpurpose.com. Or if you use Instagram, I'm on Instagram at Soulstuff, SOULSTUF, only one F, no spaces.
Perfect. And are you a dancer too? Because I think that's
in another life I was.
Well, thank you, my friend, and salamat.
Thank you so much.
And we'll meet again. And thank you for being here on Phil MTV and FLMTV. You'll find us on YouTube, Roku, Amazon Fired, and all our platforms. Have a great day. Salamat. This is Jessica Hacosalamrola here at this Astoria culinary experience at Spacecraft, or I don't know if they call it that, but correct me if I'm wrong. I wanted to introduce you to someone special because with Astoria, it wasn't just talking about food today and having it, but we had a whole aspect on I didn't expect to meet someone that has a nonprofit and is the president of...
Phil Excellence, my name is Matt Veland.
And I'd love you to talk a little bit more about what you do.
Sure. As one of the co-founders and the current president, I thank you for this feature here. I'm happy to talk about what we've been doing. So we've been around since late 2020. We got together on an app called Clubhouse, where it was during the pandemic. It was a lot of virtual audio-only conversations, and we naturally kind of got together to talk about the Filipino-American experience, as well as Filipino-American values and, strengths, weaknesses, all of it. So since the beginning, we've really focused on telling stories and providing space for Filipino-Americans, Filipinos, Filipinx across the diaspora to be able to tell their own story, how to empower them. We've had a mental health campaign. We've done a representation campaign. We also have had a mentorship campaign. And right now we're focused on community-based research, where we do events like this, where we partner with organizations, strong organizations like Astoria, to really create a space for Filipino-Americans and Filipinos to share that story in a way that can be slightly, it's not therapy, but it can be therapeutic, right? And then we use that data, we strip out the personal information, and we use that to further our research into storytelling as a means of potentially addressing some of the mental health inequities in our communities.
Wow, you said that in so much passion. And was it the pandemic you said that kind of more inspired you? And then how did it grow so fast?
Yeah, so we started towards the end of 2020. You know, a lot of people trapped in their houses, and if you weren't chronically on your phone before, yeah, exactly, you became that during the pandemic. So this app was a way for us to kind of engage with each other, audio only. And as far as growing, it's the campaigns that we've done about every year or so that have really helped us to, I think what we're doing resonates with people, because my joke is if the only time Filipinos are used to speaking or express themselves is when they're doing karaoke, right? You shove a microphone in front of their face and it's time to sing, right? So I think we've helped people tell their own story. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just creating the space for people to share their own experience. And I think Filipino Americans, Philippine AOX across the diaspora, they're ready to share their experiences.
Yeah, and then, and so coming to Vegas, do you feel like, because we are small but big, as you probably know, I don't know if it's your first time here, or, No. So I figured, is there a difference? Because I grew up in the Midwest. There's definitely a difference, I think, when people talk about this. And the nonprofit scene is huge here. So you've tapped into a great city for it, since I'm reporting nonprofits every week on my show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear. I mean, we've done, I think this is our third Phil Excellence event here. We did one 3 years ago, and then last year, and then this year as well. And I mean, I never tire of Vegas. I love it out here. So yeah, every time we're welcome. We love doing it out here. But I mean, there's plenty of opportunity, plenty of nonprofits, as you kind of pointed out. And this is a great area. It is a strong Filipino American community here.
What does your child dream of becoming? In the I Want to Be book series, young readers follow children as they discover the power of learning, leadership, and helping others. The series of 22 books from Ivory Publishing is an inspiring collection that introduces children to careers, confidence, purpose, and possibility. Give a child more than a book. Available now on Amazon, in paperback, and on Kindle. Or visit www.ivorypublishingllc.net.